As our lives, our businesses, and the world we live in change day by day, we're all left wondering, how long will this last? How long will we feel the effects of the coronavirus? How deep will the impact go? I'm Keith with the Walker team of Intero. It's April 14th, and I'm here to share where we are in relation to the real estate market today. With over 90% of Americans now under a shelter-in-place order, many experts are warning that the American economy is heading toward a recession, if it's not in one already. What does that mean to the residential real estate market? The human toll may forever change families, but the economic impact will rebound with a cycle of downturn followed by economic expansion, like we've seen play out in the US economy many times over. COVID-19 hit the pause button on the American economy in the middle of March. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley are all calling for a deep dive in the economy in the second quarter of this year. Though we may not be in a recession by the technical definition of the word today, most believe history will show we were in one from April to June. The same three investment giants also call for a quick resurgence and a V-shaped reaction within the economy. This is one of the very few times all three have agreed so closely to one another. Unemployment is another fear by many people moving forward. From the initial unemployment numbers released on April 8th, we can see a trend in the industries that are the most affected. Keep in mind, this is just a sample size, and expanded numbers will be released on May 8th. These numbers do tell a story, however. The sectors that have been hit largest with layoffs and furloughs by the SIP are the sectors that experts say are most likely to rebound when it's lifted. Tell me, who's not running out for dinner and a movie when this lifts? I know I am. Further unemployment projections by Goldman Sachs show that this unemployment crisis, while deep, will likely be short and recover quickly, especially in comparison to what we saw with both the Great Depression and the Great Recession. So, are we headed for another housing crash? As I've discussed in my previous videos, the past, however, shows us that most recessions do not adversely impact home values. Doug Bryan, CEO of Mind Property Management, he explains, with the exception of two recessions, the Great Recession and the Gulf War recession, no other recessions have impacted the U.S. housing market, according to the Freddie Mac Home Price Index data. CoreLogic, in a second study of the last 5 recessions, found the same. This graph highlights their findings. What are the experts saying this time? This is what 3 economic leaders are saying about the housing connection to this recession. Robert Dietz, the chief economist with NAHB, he says the housing sector enters this recession underbuilt rather than overbuilt. That means as the economy rebounds, which it will at some stage, housing is set to help lead the way out. Ali Wolf, the chief economist with Myers Research, he says the last time housing led the recession. This time it's poised to bring us out. This is the Great Recession for leisure, hospitality, trade, and transportation, in that this recession will feel as bad as the Great Recession did to housing. John Burns, the founder of John Burns Consulting, also revealed that his firm's research concluded that recessions caused by a pandemic usually do not significantly impact home values. His quote, "Historical analysis shows us that pandemics are usually V-shaped, sharp recessions that recover quickly enough to provide little damage to home prices." In our local market, right here in Silicon Valley, the majority of home buyers do not fall into the service category, and many of the Silicon Valley giants are hiring aggressively. Additionally, in taking a look at our local MLS statistics, you can see that the pending sales are remaining consistent. They're muted due to some of the challenges in viewings and showings, but they are still consistent and keeping us in a seller's market. From expert financial institutions to business leaders across the country, we can clearly see that the anticipation of a quick return to normal once the current crisis subsides is not too far away. In essence, this won't last forever, and we'll get back to growth mode. We've got this. Bottom line, if we're not in a recession yet, we're about to be in one. This time, however, housing will be the sector that leads the economic recovery. Lives and businesses are being impacted by the coronavirus. but experts do see a light at the end of the tunnel. As the economy slows down due to the health crisis, we can take guidance and advice from experts that this will pass. Again, I'm Keith Walker, and I'm here to educate and navigate, not speculate and fabricate. Follow me and subscribe to my regular updates. Take care and be well.